with Casey Marganeau, Fine Homes and Estates.
Yes.
And Casey's going to share with us today a little bit about the market, some about himself. We'd love to hear about Casey, over $3 billion in real estate sales, and top RE/MAX agent for 5 years. So Casey, just tell us more about you. And
Well, I was with RE/MAX for 25 years. That's how I got my start in this business. And over time, I realized that there was a need for a kind of a boutique real estate market that had, real estate firm that was going and working with people on the upper end,
right,
because they need more service, and they need a different type of marketing.
Okay.
A lot of real estate agents know how to sell that, townhouse or that single family house that's kind of normal in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But they lose it when they go to the upper end of the marketplace. So about 5 years ago, I started Casey Marganeau Fine Homes,
okay,
to cater to that more upper echelon of business.
Yeah.
And we've done great since.
Okay.
But that allowed me to give a better experience to the consumer, to allow them to do better marketing and not have the stigma of the other RE/MAX agents.
Okay.
That if they did a good job or bad job, it just depends. And there's a lot of them.
Right.
So, and the important part is not doing $3 billion worth of business.
Yeah.
The important part is I helped about 3,000 families
clients, yeah,
buy their home. And with that kind of experience, you're very good at negotiations. You understand what could go wrong in a deal, and you understand them before they happen. So you prepare for them, in your everyday experience.
Right. The money is there, but the experience behind it and what the goodwill is behind it that you're doing really helps and says a lot. Yeah. What about your team of people here that you have? Tell us a little bit about your team.
So I have 6 real estate agents that work with me.
Okay.
It's a brokerage, but we do operate kind of like a team. And I have a different way of working with things because of most of the business comes from me, and most of the listings and that type of thing. But then on top of having these 6 real estate agents, I also have 5 administrative people. So it's almost 1-to-1.
Okay.
So
that's great.
And it's very important to have people doing the tasks that need to be done that are more administrative, that are really not good for salespeople to be doing.
Right. You're absolutely right, because everybody's an expert in their own field, and you're an expert, in the beginning, and working with your clients on a personal basis.
Well, salespeople are good at some things. Administrative people are good at different things.
Right, right. So let's talk a little bit about real estate. Where do you see the market going as far as real estate?
Well, right now, we've gone through a period of time where the market has been flat. Since, in the early 2000s, it raked up real high. Everything was going up, and you looked like you were really, really smart if you bought anything in 2000 by 2005.
Yeah.
But the market crashed, and it started, I knew it and told my clients that the market was getting ready to crash in 2004 and 2005.
Yeah.
And I was telling them to be careful. And, but by 2007, it took to just really the bottom drop out of it.
Yeah.
And so we've been slowly, we ran flat from 2008 and 9. Basically, the market was really bad. The worst market was in 2009. And then 2010, everybody was fire selling everything. And it was a good market. We did a lot of sales, but prices were not good. And then 2011, things started to settle in. And by, so it's 2011, to 16,
Uh-huh.
market was just flat.
Yeah.
And then what happens when a market starts to rise, it rises from in this area because all real estate is local.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Washington, D.C. is the hub,
Yeah.
and it kind of works from Washington, D.C., and prices go up there and then go up in Arlington, then McLean, Great Falls, Vienna, and work their way out.
Okay.
And then it starts at the bottom price ranges and works its way up. And since you have 90 million millenniums and you have 80 million baby boomers, the baby boomers are all downsizing. So they're moving out of their big houses and moving into the condos and the townhouses and the in-town homes and things like that. And then the millenniums, they're also moving into the condos and the townhouses. And, so what's happened is a lot of pressure has gone on that part of the market. And those prices have gone up.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that the baby boomers are leaving has kind of been a little stagnant, and their prices have still not gone up. And they're just starting to this year. And so as the prices move up the channel, because what you get is you get people that were in the $500,000 house and they buy the $600,000 or $700,000 house, and $700,000 and $800,000 people buy the $1 million house. And now the houses in the upper price ranges are cheaper comparatively to things that are at the lower price ranges. And that's making the market move up, and it's making a better deal. And once you get not just the relocation into the area, but you also have a lot of people buying their second or third home, that really starts the market off. And that's where we are now. So buying a home today is kind of like buying a home in 2000. Everybody's going to be smart. Because market's going up.
It's going up. Yeah. That's what the basic consensus is right now. Basically, the market's on the upside. And
here.
In here, in this area.
Not California, not in Nevada, not in other places, but here.
Yeah. And we're in such a great area because this area, even when the rest of the country is going, down, we're still on the upside. We're still, doing really well. Yeah. So, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was Amazon moving into the area and get your thoughts. You're in Northern Virginia, and you've been in Northern Virginia for a long time. Tell us about that.
In the DMV, we have about 60,000 relocations per year.
Okay.
60,000, meaning 60,000 plus people that are coming to this area throughout the whole area. Northern Virginia is probably one of the most desirous places to live because we have great school system. Fairfax County school system is great. And we have lower taxes than Maryland or DC. Also, we have lower crime rate than Maryland or DC. So a lot of people flock to Northern Virginia. And so the Amazon coming in, everybody's making a big deal about it. And it will be a big deal for South Arlington and a little bit of Alexandria, because those areas were depressed and they were underimproved, and this whole thing is going to revamp and revitalize those that area. But that revitalization is really going to make the prices go up, not necessarily Amazon coming in, but it's being everybody's got all excited about it, and prices have gone up because of it. Now, the one thing you got to be careful is that Amazon only represents 0.5% of our relocation in this area.
Oh, really? Wow.
So it will be very good for the area, and it'll be more people, but it's going to take a long time to trickle through the economy here, because those people the first people that come in, I think about 27% is under $100,000. So those people will be probably renting to begin with. It will be great because we had an overabundance of condominiums and rental
Okay.
properties that have been being built in DC and Virginia, and that will be absorbed, and we will go through all that inventory. But then what we'll have in the long term, you'll have other businesses that sell to Amazon, and you'll have other things that, and this revitalization will wind up putting more jobs into the area and more things. And so the trickle down will affect the area in a very positive way.
Yeah, definitely. I've noticed that there's been a lot of apartment buildings going up right now all over the place. Yeah.
Well, that's because, and I was talking to a guy today, if you want to build a condo building, most of the banks will require you to have it 50% sold before they'll give you the money for it to build it. So that means you got to sell 50% of them before you even start the building.
Before you even start.
And, but what has happened, but for a rental, they'll let you build a building because they know you can rent it. Okay. So it's a different dynamic, and it's for the financing. So a lot of people are building buildings that would normally be condos, and they're building them as rental units.
Right.
Then they'll depreciate them, and then they'll roll them over into condos.
Yeah.
Down the road. But you're talking, 15 or 20 years
down the road. Right.
So, but now a lot of guys are getting financing, and other parties are coming in and doing financing for condominiums. So, but it's a long time cycle. This client that I was just talking to, they spent 6 years so far, and they haven't even started building.
Oh, wow.
It just took 6 years to get all their permits approved, get all their rates, and get all the whole project put together. They're doing in North Arlington. Okay.
So, is that an apartment complex they're building?
It's going to be apartments, condos, commercial, all kinds of stuff.
Pretty much everything. Yeah. So it's just a whole big commercial project. Yeah. Any other thoughts about Amazon? I know they're probably not just going to stay in Northern Virginia, but they're probably going to end up moving outside, maybe Maryland, the suburbs of Maryland, DC, all over the place as far as when you talk about, I guess, $100,000 incomes.
Well, you'll get some executives that are at very high levels.
Yeah.
And they'll move to McLean or that, because it's a very easy commute to Arlington. So, or they might move into DC. I mean, Jeff Bezos bought a house in DC. So, so there'll be different places that people, and so the higher up people will live in the areas that they want to live in that are predominant of, if they're going to be spending big dollars, of where they should spend big dollars for their homes. But that's a small portion of the people that are going to be working there. Most of them will be closer to the property. But what that does is, every time somebody buys something, that means somebody has to sell something in this area. And for the most part, and when somebody sells something, then they've got to buy someplace. So they might move farther out. And so over time, it will help. And as they spread out, this whole thing with New York not going is putting more people here. So it'll be, in the long run, it'll work out for us.
When is this all supposed to start? Do you know offhand?
In the next couple of years.
In the next couple of years. So it's nothing anything really.
The amount of people that are coming to begin with won't matter.
Yeah, right. Anything special that you have coming up that's coming on the market that we should know about?
Oh, I've got a lot of special properties. I've got one of my builders is M&A, and he builds gorgeous, beautiful homes. And he's got a house that's just finishing now, and we'll have it on. It's about $4.4 million in Great Falls, in a neighborhood where he built the whole neighborhood. That's a special one. I've got a property that's in McLean that George Sagatoff built, and it's at $3.8 million. And it's a beautiful property. It's all finished. We had it staged, and it looks gorgeous. And he's very well known as building big houses.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did here was he built a little smaller home.
Okay.
If you could say that 8,000
Square feet is a smaller home, right?
But
For him, it is
5,500 square feet on the 2 floors.
Yeah.
That's small for him. But what he did is he put in the quality of what he would do in his 12,000 square foot houses.
Okay, so the same features.
Yeah, and that seems to be kind of a thing that's happening right now where people aren't looking at volume, they're looking at quality.
Got it. Okay. And that makes sense. Yeah.
And this is inside the Beltway in McLean.
Okay.
I've got another house that Dean Design is doing out on Stewart Mill in Oakton. It's near Flint Hill School,
Okay.
Which is a private school here in this area.
Okay.
And it's got 6 bedrooms upstairs.
Okay.
So it can fit a big family.
Yeah.
It's 11,000 square feet on 5 acres.
Okay.
With lots of, it's a gorgeous French country manor.
Okay. That's in McLean?
That's in Oakton.
Oakton. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are a couple of the ones
Things
that I have
yeah.
that are unique and different right now.
Okay. We hope to get the opportunity to share those with you, and
We can.
Yeah, that would be great.
2 of them we got to get finished. But.
Okay. Anything other that you'd like to share with us about real estate? Anything that you see out there in the market that's going on currently?
Right now, the market is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Prices are good. I think that inventory is down throughout the area. So if you're in a home that's, 800, $1 million, up to about $1 million too, the prices have gone up and now the gap and the prices at over that $1.3 million or $1.5 million mark haven't gone up yet.
Right.
And so the difference between one to the other, it's closer and it really is a good value. And ultimately, they always, the top end of the market will catch up.
It will catch up. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. So is there anything else that you would like to share with us? Any other properties that you have coming?
Well, I've got a house that is now ready. It's brand new.
Okay.
It's in McLean.
Okay.
On Tolston Road, just outside the Beltway, on over 2 acre lot. So it's nice to have that kind of property in McLean. It's built by Monogram Homes, and actually you can come by and take a look at it. It's a brand new home, $3.5 million.
Okay.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It's also in a French, manor home style.
Okay. Okay. We look forward to sharing that one with you guys then. We're going to definitely go by and do a walkthrough of it and share it with you. Casey Marganow, everybody from Casey Marganow Fine Homes and Estates. And we look forward to sharing more with you. And thank you so much for your time today. Thank you.